All right guys, today we're checking out the Revibikes Cheetah Mini, which is a retro cafe racer style fat tire e-bike for city commuting. Okay, so on first glance, this is a pretty compact fat tire electric bike. It's also the Cheetah Mini. So I've never seen the actual Cheetah or the Cheetah Plus, but it is a much larger frame. So this is very compact and probably more appropriate for shorter riders. Now the thing that stands out with this bike especially is obviously the faux gas tank, the cafe racer style gas tank. And this is obviously where the battery lives. Now what's interesting is that it has this brown leather that's covering the battery. And so the brown and black colorway gives it that vintage retro feel. Everything about the bike feels cafe racer, obviously from the bars, the swept back bars, and then just the angles of the frame. It has a very sleek aerodynamic look to it. So now let's just walk through all the features. Here we have 20 by 4-inch fat tires, dual sport tread, probably best for city commuting. We have a Mozo front suspension fork with the preload adjustment. Also got a very bright front headlight over here. Now this isn't the typical retro headlight, which is sort of the circular headlight, maybe with the grille. This is a different design, looks a little bit more modern. And I think it matches the bike pretty well. Integrated front fender. We also have the Tektro hydraulic disc brakes. Inside the leather tank cover is a 48 volt, 15 amp hour battery. Now it might be a little bit hard to see, but we have the on off switch for the battery, as well as the charging port over here. Now I don't think this battery is removable. It might be removable, but I don't think it's an easy thing to do, but I'll look into it. Maybe the cover comes off and then you could access the battery from inside. Like I said, we have the swept back handlebars and an adjustable stem over here. So you can actually get the right angle depending on how you like to ride and depending on your size. We got some faux leather grips over here to match the vintage look. You have the display controls, Tektro hydraulic disc brakes, center mounted color LCD display, comes with a bell, Shimano 7-speed shifter, right hand half twist throttle, and the faux leather grip on the right side. Got a very comfortable saddle seat, nice and wide, and it looks like there's some springs underneath. Integrated rear rack, and it comes with a strap to lock in your cargo. Another look at the Tektro hydraulic disc brakes. Here's a look at the rear 20 by 4-inch fat tire. You also have a rear taillight, but it's not actually integrated into the wiring of the bike. It's battery operated, and there's an on-off switch over here. Now typically, I like the wiring to be integrated, so I don't have to pay attention to if the taillight requires a replacement battery. That's a little nitpick, but that's just something that I prefer. We also got the integrated rear fender and a look at the Shimano 7-speed derailleur. And here's a look at the 500 watt rated 750 watt peak hub motor. And the total weight of the Cheetah Mini is 62 pounds. So now that we've gone over all the features, let's take it out for its first ride.
The Revibikes Cheetah Mini is eye-catching with its retro-inspired cafe racer design. The leather tank cover is a nice nod to vintage motorcycles, and it houses a 48 volt, 15 amp hour battery. Weighing in at 62 pounds, this bike is fairly light for its category, which makes it easy to handle, especially in city traffic. The adjustable stem with swept-back handlebars gives it that classic look, while the 20-inch by 4-inch all-terrain fat tires ensure a stable ride across different surfaces. However, the fixed seat height and compact frame might be a bit cramped for taller riders. The Cheetah Mini is powered by a 500 watt rated 750 watt peak hub motor, giving you a top speed of up to 28 miles per hour. While it's not the most powerful motor in its class, it's definitely sufficient for urban commuting and tackling moderate hills. The bike features a right-hand half-twist throttle and 5 levels of pedal assist, allowing you to customize your ride to suit your needs. One thing to note is that the controller has strong low-end power output, which could feel a bit abrupt for beginner riders. The Cheetah Mini comes equipped with a Mozo front suspension fork and hydraulic disc brakes, providing a smooth and controlled ride. The bike's compact design makes it easy to maneuver through city streets, and the mini rear rack adds a bit of practicality for carrying small items. However, the integrated battery isn't the easiest to remove, which could be a downside for those who prefer to charge the battery separately from the bike. Also, the battery-operated taillight, while functional, feels like a bit of a missed opportunity for a more integrated design.
Okay, first ride with the Revibikes Cheetah Mini. And like I said, on first glance, this looks really interesting. Looks like a cafe racer style vintage moped, vintage motorcycle. And yeah, there's bigger versions of this. This is obviously the Mini. good for shorter riders like myself. And I'm still not sure how I can access the battery. I'm sure there's a way to get in there, but it doesn't seem like it's intuitive or easy. You might need a tool. We'll just get right to it. Now, one thing I want to explain about the modes. So you do have your standard 5 pedal assist modes, but you also have different power levels. So you see mode 1 is eco, and if I hit the power button, it goes to normal. And if I hit the power button again, it goes to power. So that's 3 different power levels plus 5 different levels of pedal assist. Sitting on the bike, very comfortable. You know, I can flat foot the bike. Ideal for shorter riders. I'm going to do pedal assist level 3, and we'll start at eco mode, and we'll just get right into it. The pedal assist just kicks in pretty strong. Let's bring it down to pedal assist level 1. That's a little bit better. Yeah, that's actually what I wanted. So pedal assist level 1 on eco mode. It's the weight of the bike is probably not really right for this low of a level, but it definitely feels like you're just riding a regular bike, which you might want. Pedal assist level 2 on eco mode. That feels about right. And I think eco mode will just max me out at 13 miles per hour on the display. Okay. Let's do pedal assist level 3 on eco mode. Yeah, that's good. That's a good variation. You're going to want to play with the modes here to find what you're comfortable with. Let's keep it on pedal assist level 3 and bump it up to normal. And yeah, we're getting definitely more power. Definitely hitting 17 miles per hour on the display. So yeah, this is actually really nice. Maybe a little bit too much power for casual riding, but on a sprint, this feels pretty good. And then let's go to power level 3, which is just called power, and pedal assist level 3. And yeah, all the power, well, not all the power. You're getting the maximum top speed in this mode. So it hit 20 miles per hour on this level. And then we'll bump it up to pedal assist level 5. So all the settings are up, all the power settings are up. And we're giving it a little bit of throttle here. And yeah, definitely a lot. And I'm just throttling now. And very easy to handle, very easy to modulate the throttle. And then we'll just test out the brakes. Ooh, plenty of stopping power. Okay, now we'll just try a little off-road on this grassy hill. I will keep it on the highest power level and then just keep it on pedal assist level 1 and mainly use the throttle here. So you can definitely climb these little hills over here. You know, it's somewhat comfortable, but obviously there's no rear suspension. So you're feeling all the bumps, but the tires absorb most of it. And I think there's some springs in the saddle seat. And the fork is, you know, the fork is fine. It's whatever. Kind of a budget fork, but yeah, this is not really meant for off-road. But you can do it. And you can climb hills if you need to. Okay, first impressions with the Revibikes Cheetah Mini. I like it a lot. I feel like we've seen every iteration of the fat tire electric bike from, you know, when we first tried the Super 73 Z1 to, you name it, all the other bikes we've reviewed since then. And this is something that just kind of stood out to me, to be honest. This was just like a different kind of a design. Obviously the retro style to it, it just really kind of like embraces that vintage feel. Whereas I think most fat tire e-bikes are going for the you know, straight up motorcycle, modern motorcycle look. And so yeah, the geometry of this, it has a lot of class, you know, the black and the brown. It just looks really good. Not a ton of branding on it, so it's like really minimalist in that sense. And yeah, I think this is just a really cool looking bike if you live in the city, and you know, if you want to put some cargo back here, you could stick a milk crate or whatever. Comes with a strap, and it's just a cool little bike to do those kinds of errands. So if that's what you're looking for, I mean, I see no issues with this. Is there anything that really blows my mind about this bike? Not really, but I don't think this is the type of bike that's supposed to do that. I think it just has a really classy look. I think it's mainly about the looks, and the performance is fine. The 3 power modes and 5 levels of pedal assist. I mean, among all those levels, you'll probably find something that you like, along with the gear changing over here. I think the only thing they probably should have considered is the level of power on the pedal assist modes. I think it could have been tuned a little bit better, or maybe the sensor could have had just a better, maybe like a torque sensor, so the cadence of your pedaling, it just feels more natural. Because right now it's just, you know, you activate the pedal assist and it just, you know, just throws all the volts in. And I don't know, I've gotten used to sensors being a little bit more sophisticated. So yeah, other than that, pretty cool bike, definitely recommend.
So here's what we like. The compact retro cafe racer design really stands out and is ideal for shorter riders. It has decent power for city commuting and tackling hills, and the mini rear rack adds some functionality for carrying small cargo. But here's some things to consider. The fixed seat height and compact frame might not be comfortable for taller riders. The integrated battery is not easily removable, which could be inconvenient, and the strong low-end power from the controller might be jarring for beginners. Overall, the Revibikes Cheetah Mini is a stylish and functional option for city commuters who appreciate a retro aesthetic. Its compact design and decent power make it well suited for urban environments, though taller riders might find it a bit cramped. While the bike has some quirks, like the integrated battery and strong low-end power, it's a solid choice for those looking for a unique and comfortable ride with a touch of vintage flair. So, what do you think of the Revibikes Cheetah Mini? Is it the perfect blend of style and function for your city commutes, or do you want more? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you guys in the next video.